What's up and welcome to DCUTV's new arts programme, Limelight. My name is Jason Flood.
And my name is Bobby Hickey, and yes, as Jason said, welcome to the first ever Limelight of this year. And we have a very action-packed show for you this evening, so get yourself a snack, little cheeky Nando's, and sit down and enjoy.
So Bobby, tell us what we have coming up on the first edition.
So first of all, we have a style swap, and then we'll have some film reviews, followed by some crafty people making some crafty crafts.
I love crafty people.
And then we'll have an interview with an upcoming artist, and then we will have a cooking show, because who doesn't love a good cooking show to get the basic snacks you all need?
Exactly, it'd be interesting to see how one cook does. But let's head to the very first segment. So the first segment is
our style swap. Enjoy.
We're here today doing a kick style swap. So today we're going to St. Vincent de Paul's across the road and we're going to be in teams 2.
The themes for the outfits are a day of college and DCU straight to shite night.
And then we're going to ask people which they think is the best outfit, so the competition is on.
I'm Brianna, and we're team number 1.
So my name's Isa.
I'm Georgia.
We're going to be styling Isa or Georgia.
And today we think we're going to style Brianna.
She dresses quite preppy every day in college, so we wanted to kind of take her out of her comfort zone.
So like a casual one, they can write lectures during the day, but they can also go to shite night.
Basically, we just want to try and find an outfit that she would never wear and just be very edgy.
Very edgy. Something she can still wear to college, but also wear to shite night and look good.
And also we're going to win.
Yeah.
Jacket off. I'll take the jacket off and have a little jacket to lectures. On top. Yeah, a little.
We're going to win. That's what's going to happen.
win.
Yeah.
Right, ladies. So we have €20, 15 minutes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Basically, we got kicked out of the other shop because we're not allowed to record.
So we have to move on.
Number 2.
But me and Isa have made a purchase.
We have a purchase, so we're on the right track.
Yeah.
So we've got this cute little skirt, which is really. I actually quite like this. I would wear this.
We have a risky option and we have a safe option. Like this on top, tucked in, really nice accessories.
Yeah, like
And
and
like
during
some little tights and little boots.
a little like necklace,
And that, let's go.
So we're just seeing if our vision works.
Sneaky peek, stripes, love that.
So we're done.
So basically, they're right over there. I can see them literally inspiring them right now. Okay, so, do you want to start?
Yeah. So basically found this skirt, which we think would be so cute. So during the day, they can wear it with like tights and boots and whatever.
That's what we're going to style it
But
with.
then at shite night, no, they can take the tights off and wear like
Shoes, little runners. I got like white runners with this, little like, give a little peppy.
We're outside Oxfam. We have
our purchases.
our full outfit.
We're hoping we're going to be a winner here. We have 4 pieces.
4 pieces, yeah, 2 main pieces and then some accessories.
Always accessorized,
Yeah.
so hopefully all works out.
It is now 10:45.
And we have 2 minutes left. So what
Yes.
we do? Coffee?
Yeah, brunch.
Our total came to $16.50.
So we're
below
didn't go
budget.
over budget,
Yeah.
which is perfect.
And we gave some money to St. Vincent's Spa and Oxfam, so happy days.
Happy days.
Our total came to €19. That's it. €1 under the budget. Under the budget.
Okay, so we're all finished up here.
We'll check back in with you on Tuesday when we're going to go into college, style each other and ask people what they think of the outfits.
So basically, Georgia's got an outfit we've planned for her, and they've planned an outfit for Brianna. So Isa and I are going to interview some people and see who's best.
Come see us get judged.
So now we're going to interview some people, and they're going to rate the outfits.
I really like it. I'd rate it a strong 6.5. I like the 3/4 length sleeves, you know, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it's working, like for the wrist action. And you could definitely go to shite night after that. I like Brianna's outfit, it's very carnival chic. I like the pop of colour in the belt. 7 out of 10.
Brianna's looks very Instagrammable. She kind of looks like something you'd see on the newsfeed, like a photographer would take a picture of it.
It looks kind of artistic. It looks like she kind of like came up with it herself.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Tola Vintage a bit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I probably rate it like an 8 again, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, between 8 and 9.
Yeah.
Carnival chic.
Vintage.
EP festival. Lollipop kid.
1950s diner girl.
Industrial goth.
Dark Autumn.
American schoolgirl. College.
Emo primary school teacher.
So guys, as we all know, it's Halloween, and many people like to get in the festive mood in different ways. Maybe you want to go to the cinema and watch a movie, but the question is, what movie do you want to see? Maybe you want to go see Halloween, bit of a scary movie. Then again, maybe you want to see a comedy. Well, it's a hard decision to make, but us here at Limelight are here to help you. Next up is our film review segment, where we have different people reviewing different films. Enjoy.
I'm Liam De Bruyne, and this is Film Reviews on Limelight, and this week we are joined by Scott, who is going to talk to us about
Halloween,
Nicole, who's going to talk to us about
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Aoife, who will tell us about
A Simple Favor.
and Odrin, who will tell us about
Venom.
and I'm going to talk about A Star is Born. So now that you know the gang, let's know the movies. So first off, we're going to go back to Odrin, who's going to tell us about Venom.
Well, this week I went to see Venom, and the story itself is sort of strange. The movie is unbearably boring, but emphatically enthralling at the same time. The character of Venom has always been something that's escaped many people because he was forced into the last Spider-Man movie, so there's been a real sort of surge in fandom to try and get Venom in his own sort of movie so that the fans could have their own service. And the movie itself does cater more towards the fans, but not in as good a way as people would have hoped. As a general audience viewer, the movie isn't exactly a go-to movie, but for the general audience who enjoy Marvel movies, I would say it's probably one to take off the bucket list. The story itself follows Eddie Brock, who's played by Tom Hardy, who also, and his story to, first of all, as a reporter and going through his life in California as he moved away from New York. But it does actually, for the first 40 minutes, the entire movie doesn't seem very progressive. It goes on, and then as soon as Venom is actually introduced into the movie along with Eddie Brock, the movie really starts to get going. The main antagonist in the movie, played by Riz Ahmed, is not exactly amazing, to be honest. There's no real actual dialogue or even character development to him. I went to see the movie 3 times and forgot the character's name all 3 times at the end of the movie. But to be perfectly honest, I think they did the best with the script. There was a lot of reshoots, which probably was to the detriment of the film. Tom Hardy, as always in most of his movies, is an amazing actor. So with the script he was given, he did the best he could, and probably some of the best scenes of dialogue in the film probably do actually have to come from Tom Hardy. The rest of the actors do the best they can with the script, as I said. The movie's graphics do not really hold up to the standard that they would nowadays, especially with more graphically oriented movies coming up. But as I would say, for any Marvel fan who wants to go and see it, I would give it probably a 3 out of 5, and I think it'd be a good movie to go and see if you just didn't have anything else to see. But for the general audience, a 2 out of 5, wouldn't recommend it.
So Venom is not quite super, but pretty good. So we're going to go straight over to Aoife, who will tell us about A Simple Favor.
So I went to see A Simple Favor a few weeks ago, and I had really anticipated this film. I'd really built it up in my head, was so excited, and I was so disappointed, and I was heartbroken coming out of the cinema. So basically, it's a film much like Gone Girl, where it's actually very, very similar to Gone Girl, where Blake Lively plays the main character called Emily, who is this very mysterious PR worker who works in the big city and no one really knows what's going on, and she has a son who's in the same class as another boy who his mom's played by Anna Kendrick. So then they become best friends, as do Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, and then all of a sudden Emily goes missing. And Anna Kendrick goes looking for her and finds out a lot about her past. So like, all that's really good, you're really interested, you're really shocked by some things, and then the end comes and it doesn't make any sense at all. There's fake guns, there's a Mean Girls bus knocking out the main character, there's a bit of everything. It doesn't make any sense towards the end, and I think they really ruined it. They could have done a lot better. Overall, I'd give it about a 3 out of 5, just because like the clothes in it are absolutely gorgeous and it's a very good film visually, but the storyline is not that good. But yeah, it was fine.
Well, thanks Aoife for doing us a simple favour, or reviewing A Simple Favor. So we're going to go straight over to Nicole, who will tell us if Bohemian Rhapsody is a chart hit or flop.
So I went to see Bohemian Rhapsody last Saturday just gone, and I was not disappointed. So I built this movie up for months, ever since I saw the trailer, and it was absolutely brilliant. So basically it's just about Queen and mainly Freddie Mercury's journey from a normal boy who works in the Heathrow airport to the legend that we know today. So I loved the characters. Rami Malek was a brilliant interpretation of Freddie Mercury. The way he adapted his dialect, his mannerisms, the the stage presence and the essence that Freddie always had. I think he kept that throughout the movie, and he really gave him a great honor and homage to Freddie. So that was brilliant. And throughout the movie, there's constant performances on stage throughout Queen's live tours, and the costumes are amazing. They're so dazzling, they're so colourful, it's so vibrant and electric, and the audiences are unreal as well. And Gwilym Lee, who plays Brian May, is absolutely brilliant as well. I think I thought it was him for a while in the movie because he looked exactly like him, and the rest of the casting was brilliant as well. And the music throughout the movie is brilliant as well. So we all know and love Queen's music, but I think they picked the right amount to put in and the right hits to put in, because when I was there, you could just hear people kind of whispering, sing along when it was going on, and yeah, it was brilliant. And I think the standout part for me was the end scene, so Live Aid. It throughout the movie, it's just so heartbreaking because Freddie has issues with his sexuality, his parents, and just all the outer parts of being a star affecting him. So to see the band kind of go through their struggles and to come back and put on such a amazing performance was so heartwarming and kind of heartbreaking as well. So I would give the movie probably a 5 out of 5 because one, I love Queen, and two, I just think it was a great interpretation and great option.
5 out of 5. In the words of Freddie Mercury, Mamma Mia. So we're going to talk to Scott now, who's going to tell us about...
We're going to talk about Halloween. This is the 11th sequel, or the 11th film in the Halloween franchise, and this time around they've decided to cut out the other 10 films except for the original and pitch it as a direct sequel. We pick up 40 years after the events of the original film, and we follow Laurie Strode and Michael Myers and what happened after Michael Myers' initial serial killer spree. This film is basically fan service done right. Everything feels like a love letter to the original film, from the music, which is by John Carpenter again, the cinematography, which just looks like the original films, a lot of long sweeping takes, a lot of just dread in it, and half the time the film never forgets you forget that Michael Myers is just hanging around in the background just watching you most of the time. The film kind of lives or dies by a lot of its characters, and the lead, Jamie Lee Curtis playing Laurie Strode, is amazing. She never lets you forget how much trauma she's gone through, and all throughout the film it's just on her face how much she wants to kill Michael Myers and get her revenge and get over everything. And she is the embodiment of a strong character because she is scared out of her mind the whole time, but she still has to do it and will still go through what she has to do. The film pretty much keeps a decent pace the whole time. The gore is not evident until the second half, and once it comes there, it's much more shocking because you're not expecting it. Some bits of the film don't really work, there are a lot of kind of horror cliches that it can't come to. A lot of the teenage characters are very, very cliched and very, run-of-the-mill. But overall, I would rate this film about a 4 out of 5. It's a perfect film for any fans of horror, any fans of Halloween, so...
So thank you for that, Scott. Definitely sounds like a Halloween treat without the trick. So finally, I'm going to talk about A Star is Born, which without a doubt is going to be Best Picture 2019. You can hold me to it. This film is a masterpiece. So basically, you have Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper playing Jackson and a girl called Ali. And Jackson is a troubled musician who's going through a bit of a hard time, who takes Ali under his wing, who lets him learn to love life again. To be honest, the plot of this film isn't that important. If you've seen the previous 2 Star is Born films with Judy Garland and Barbra Streisand, you know what you're getting. But the thing about this film that is important is the performances. Lady Gaga makes her film debut, unless you count Massetti Kills, which I don't, and she steals the show. Gaga is immense. She shows such raw emotion in her voice and in her facial expressions. She definitely aids the film in a way which a lot of musicals don't, in which she actually does the music. And the same goes to Bradley Cooper, who I didn't know could sing, but he has a very soulful voice on him. The supporting cast too shouldn't be overlooked. Sam Elliott plays Jackson's brother in the film, and comedian Dave Chappelle shows up in a dramatic role, which I didn't know he could do, but can. And basically, if you love musicals like La La Land, which had you going like this, A Star is Born will have you going like this. You will be in bits by the end of this. So, and props to Bradley Cooper, who also directed the film. And so I'm going to give A Star is Born a 5 out of 5 and a Best Picture. So that's A Star is Born. And I'd like to thank everyone else for all the reviews this week. We've been Film Reviews on Limelight, and we'll see you again very soon.
Thank you very much to everyone who took part in that last segment. That was some very interesting film reviews. Personally, I can't wait to go and see Bohemian Rhapsody. But now on to some very light entertainment. We have Crafty Sock, and my sources tell me that this is the next up-and-coming society. So make sure you watch this space because it's about to get crafty with some Halloween crafts. We'll ignore the fact that it's November now, but we'll let them at it. Enjoy.
Hello! Welcome to Crafty Sock, the inaugural episode of the series where it's all about arts and crafts here.
My name is Sarah.
And my name's Aoife.
And we're bringing you a real spooky episode of Crafty Sock.
But we are not alone. Who's our guest today, Sarah?
It's none other than...
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Rory, and I'm so happy to be on the inaugural episode of Crafty Sock. Doing some spooky crafts.
Spooky
Exciting.
craft.
So Aoife, what's our first craft going to be today?
In classic spookiness, we are doing pumpkin carving as it's coming up to Halloween. So Sarah, this is going to be your end of things.
Woo! So just as a disclaimer, I've actually never carved a pumpkin, but...
So we gave it to her to try for the
There's
first
a
time.
first time for everything. So Aoife, will you pass me the spoon, please, and the knife?
So we have a spoon. And we have the knife. I'll do this one.
Safety. We just like to do a disclaimer before we start carving our pumpkin that you should have an adult present at all times when you're using sharp cutlery.
And we have Rory, so he's supervising us.
Yes, okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the top of the pumpkin off so we can scoop out all the bits.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do that.
You can tell she's a newbie.
Yeah.
Your pumpkin, you then going to go back to your knife and you're going to do your design. You can do any design you want. I'm going to go for classic triangle eyes.
Yeah. Smiley mouth.
And a smiley mouth.
Because Halloween's spooky, but it also needs to be child friendly.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to do a triangle here and a triangle here, and then we're going to do a smiley mouth. So let's go. Well, I was going to do kind of a classic curve smile. Yeah, I am. You don't have to template your triangles, but I would advise that you template your smile because it's more of a curved.
Yeah.
So you can see here, we've just drawn.
I don't know if you can see that, but I can see.
It's just a cute little classic smile. So yeah.
Pleased with itself.
Yeah, chuffed to bits. So what you can do is you can put a candle in your pumpkin and then it looks all spooky and it can be used in a diverse range of ways such as decoration for the house
or as like a welcoming for all your guests to come in and just see that you celebrate Halloween.
Or as a table centerpiece.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our first craft.
She looks gorgeous.
Hola, hola.
Okay, so after that gorgeous pumpkin and a small bit of a cleanup, up next we have our spooky ghost. So Sarah, could you pass me the orange, please?
I will.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Rolling on river.
Oh, amazing. So many puns we can make today. Now, so for our spooky ghost, we need a few more ingredients than we did for our pumpkin. So we need an orange. We need some tissues. So we just got these cute little ones that are in a packet from, I think Sarah got them from Penny's, really accessible. They're just plain square tissues like this. And I'm gonna lace them out like so. And this is a really simple one. This would be more for along the lines of like Rory, who's working with primary school kids, and maybe the infants, so like 4 and 5 years old. This is just going to be something fun for them to keep them occupied. It's not dangerous. There's not really any skill to it, but it's something a bit fun and it looks cute. So I'm going to need the spoon as well. Is the spoon around?
The spoon is right here.
Rory, you're conjuring up these spoons like nobody's business.
That's what spooky is.
So, what we're going to do is we're just going to put the orange down. I have pre-cut a little hole, and we'll just put the spoon in like so. Tip it upside down, like so. And you can see you're already getting the spooky ghost kind of shape. So now, Rory, can I get you to hold this here for you? The best assistant. So, we have ribbons. So we got these ribbons. And just in the classic spooky colours of orange, white and black, we're going to use these to secure the ribbon in place and also look like it's a bit of a fancy ghost. So I was thinking, will we go hell for leather and just use all three?
Yeah.
Right now, I think so. So what we're going to do is we're going to secure this down. Sarah, can I get you to secure it down for me? Yes, of course. Maybe a simple craft. Teamwork makes the dream work. You can see here, we're going to fluff that out a small bit so you can see the ghost in there, but looks so glam, so gorge. And just super easy, we're going to get this Sharpie or any marker. It doesn't have to be branded Sharpie. We're not biased here in Crafty Sock. Can I get you to hold this again for me, Rory? Thank you. We'll open this. And now we're just going to draw on a little face, so just 2 eyes. And a little smiley face. We're all a bit happy ghosts.
Happy pumpkin, happy ghost.
Happy Halloween. Aww. And that's our ghost, our spooky ghost.
Rory, have you thought of a name for her?
I have, because she is such a friendly ghost. I thought, why not Casper? You know, Casper
Classic,
the friendly ghost.
classic Casper. I absolutely love it. So, Rory, this is our gift to you.
Oh,
this
thank you
is
very
Casper
much.
the Friendly Ghost. And that's all we have for Crafty Sock today.
So remember to tune in to our next episode, Time to Be Determined. But we hope you enjoy your spooky crafts, and we'll see you again real soon.
Keep crafting!
So that was Crafty Sock. Now next up we have an interview with an up-and-coming artist that I was the one who actually conducted. I met this Dublin-based artist in Dublin who has started to make waves in the hip-hop society following the release of his first single, Stonewall. Ladies and gentlemen, my interview with George. What's up? My name is Jason Flood and I'm very happy to be bringing you an interview with an up-and-coming musical act. Now when I heard about this segment, I knew I wanted to get involved. I love music, I always have and I always will, but I like music that's different. I like music that's edgy, and there is no up-and-coming artist right now in Dublin that is different and edgy like my guest. Ladies and gentlemen, George. What's up, George? How are you? But since then, you have released your first single, titled Stonewall. So tell me a bit about the creative steps you as the artist take when releasing a video like this.
Well, I mean, in regards to writing the song, it was written in the sense of like you're numb and you don't really care about anybody else or anybody else's views. Basically, in regards to that though, I wanted to make it as a like this. How I said this. I wanted to come out with like I wanted to come out running. If you know what I mean? I didn't want to release like a fun little. I wanted to come out hard and continue that with the next few releases. You know what I'm saying?
And you've come through a lot of momentum. Like I remember when we worked together, I could see you were very talented. You know, I see you put a lot of work in what you do. But just because I know it doesn't mean other people know it.
True.
But now with this release, you're starting to get some recognition. So tell me what the reaction's been like.
The reaction's been really good. I genuinely didn't think it would be as big as as good as it was, because basically like anybody when you put music out there, you're always like, oh shit, people gonna judge me now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because it's the internet, everybody's gonna have an opinion, do you know what I mean? But like literally, I have not heard a single bad thing about this. I've had people send me screenshots from Twitter saying like, oh, check the song out. Like, what the fuck is that? Who's sharing that shit? Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not paying anybody for promotion, so people are just sharing it because they like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The plan was I put it up on SoundCloud, Spotify, also Apple Music. It's Stonewall. Stop it, Stonewall George George with a J.
Wait, what's the misconception when people do with a G? I bet
Everybody does it with a fucking G, man. But I don't blame them. Start with Jeorgei, Stonewall, right? Basically, the plan was on SoundCloud. The plan was like see if I can get like 500 views in a month,
right?
And I'll be like, sweet. Now it's been 2 weeks and I'm over a K, which is
oh my god,
pretty sweet. If you ask me.
That's pretty serious coverage to get.
Man, it's like I said, small steps. A few shows coming up, so like hopefully after that we'll have them. I'll get that shit and then we can push on.
And speaking of shows, on November 10th, you are performing for the Fried Plantains Collective event, Black Jam. So tell me a bit about that.
Well, basically, that actually all started off like a month ago because I was doing an open mic night, my first open mic night.
How was that?
It was pretty fucking fun. We did it with the Off-Key Collective. Shout out to them. There's some good MCs. But basically, what happened was I was doing my set, and this lady in the crowd afterwards came up to me and she was like,
what, she gave out? Like?
No, she...
I thought she was
She's like, oh, you're really good.
That is the worst impression.
I know.
Someone saying it really good.
I know, but like shit. Okay, she was like, oh no, you're really good. Do you want to come up and do my show? I did come up for us on the 10th of November in Fibbers, 5 euro. I thought it was 5.
George's manager is now gesturing.
I thought it was 5.
It's 5 online at the door.
It's 10 at the door. It's 10 at the door.
But it's 5 online.
5 online though. I was gonna say though. But yeah, so she hit me up after that show. She's like, yeah, we love your set, so we love to do another show. Me, I was happy because someone came up to me like, oh shit, that was really good.
Yeah, you liked obviously, yeah.
Exactly. So that's coming up on November 10th.
So tell us, you know, you released Stonewall, you've gotten great reaction, you're doing live shows. What I want to know is that what's coming up in the next few weeks in terms of releases. Are we going to see more tracks coming out, or are we going to see an EP? That's what I really want to know.
Well, basically, what's happening within the next couple months? My plan is before Christmas, before New Year's, I want to have 3 songs out. Right. So hopefully span those across. We'll say no certain dates, but we'll say November, December, song of those. But also in interluding those two, I want it because I mean, it's not just you can't pop a song out and then people listen to that. Then I want to keep people going. Do you know what I mean? Because you ever get you see an artist, it's like that is a sick song, but you wait for another like.
You want to ride the wave, like
exactly. So. Continue with that. We're going to do some freestyles. We'll get some stuff put out. So, like I said, Instagram George __II George for second. George, just type in George with a J. Jeorgei.
So there you have it, guys. So that's my interview with George. Now don't forget to follow George on his social media accounts. George with a J, not a G. George with a J. And keep up with what this talented artist is going to release next. Well, George, thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
Great having
I'm
you.
sorry for shit I am Thank you for having me. Beautiful. Thank you.
No problem. It's cool. And I am Jason Flood with Limelight. See you next time.
Okay, one last time, yeah? Jeorgei __II. Set it as your alarm. Name your daughter. I don't care. Get a tattoo. Just remember the name.
Time flies when you're having fun. I hope you're all enjoying your snacks at home. watching the first episode of Limelight. But sadly, we have come to the very last segment, and this segment is Cooking with Cookie, which features two of our very own MPS members making very basic staples of a student diet in someone else's apartment. I don't know if anything else hazardous happened during the making of this episode, but we'll have to find out. Enjoy.
Perfect. I'm Owen.
And I'm Hannah.
And we're here today in College Park to surprise one of our lovely members.
The lovely Sarah O'Dwyer. We're here to root through her presses and see what we can cook up a storm with.
This is Cooking with Cookie.
Here we are in House 12. For the surprise Sarah O'Dwyer.
Come on, camera boy.
Come on, cover that for protection noise. Hey, we're here with Cooking with Cookie.
What's up?
And you're gonna be cooked up a storm for her. What do you have in your presses?
Not a lot. I haven't done a testing shop in a while.
Oh, look at this lovely kitchen we have to work with. So which is your presses? Okay, let's see what we have in store. Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh, we have a broken press, that's for sure. With pasta.
With pasta. With potatoes.
And garlic.
You have a lot of starch. There's a lot of starch in this.
I don't need to judge your diet.
Are you carb loading at the moment?
I grumble. 9th of November.
Oh, got some dry roasted peanuts. They're KP, but other peanuts are available.
I think if we want to make it nice. Sarah, are you feeling lunch or dinner?
Neither.
Oh, what's the... Okay. We're gone.
Getting a meal. So look at the fridge. Round 2. Do you need... Oh!
Oh, the eggs aren't mine. That pasta's mine.
We could work with this. This is something we could work with.
It's a lot of ketchup. This is unused ketchup.
Rashers.
This is not mine. Not mine. No. We
Take them.
No, we can't.
Pesto?
Oh,
there's more pesto.
Double pesto.
Double pesto. There's some raspberry jam.
Pesto.
That's about it.
So to be honest, I think we're going to make an eggy pasta dish with cheese.
Those eggs.
Tuna.
They're not my eggs.
They're not her eggs. Do you want to go take a break and we're going to cook you up a storm, okay? We'll come get you. So cooking. Dry your hair for the next shot.
So, we've decided on 2 different meals that each of us are going to make. I'm going to make some lovely roast garlic potatoes. I have some garlic here. We've got some salt, some pepper, some olive oil, some sweet potatoes, and some nice rooster potatoes that we're going to have a mixture of.
And over in my corner, I don't like wasting food, so I'm going to reuse some old pasta. It's from yesterday, so it's not that old. It's still good to go. And I think I'm going to mix it up with a little bit of tuna. I'm going to have some mayonnaise and make a little kind of mixture of a sauce. I'm going to root for some cheese. I think there is cheese. I just missed it. Sarah doesn't want dinner. She doesn't want lunch. So we're going to do a bit of lunch for her. So
I just come here. It's a mouldy sweet potato.
Oh no.
Sarah.
We can't use that.
Sarah.
We can't use that. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board here.
I'm just going to make regular potatoes. Don't need sweet potatoes. Throw them out. Gone.
I forgot I have to drain the tuna. This is the one thing I hate about tuna. Sorry, can we get a close-up on this thing? The one I have to deal with. Sarah O'Dwyer, you dirty wagon. Okay, this is the part I hate with tuna. I actually really enjoy tuna. Like, can you hear that? The squelch? Oh, not a fan. I love tuna, but I don't like the process of making it.
While Hannah is making some lovely tuna, I'm going to take lovely potatoes and I'm just going to chop them into about kind of chip level. I'm thinking rather than roast potatoes, chips would be nice. With a bit of garlic, a bit of oil, a bit of salt, touch of paprika. Lovely.
Beautiful. So what would you say this dish is? Is it like Italian, Mexican, Chinese?
Student.
Yeah.
It's a student meal.
Student meal. I have to say, I do like mayonnaise, but again, same thing. I like tuna and mayonnaise, but not to prep them because it kind of makes me ill. Yeah. Cool. Oh, I should have thought this. Okay. Didn't get enough mayonnaise. How do you feel about us cooking you up a storm?
Fine. Yeah. I'm a bit dubious over what the meal's gonna come out as, but I'm an adventurous gal, so I'm up for trying it.
And do you trust our cooking abilities?
No. To be perfectly honest, no.
I don't blame you. But we'll see.
I just hope we swash up. That's my only hope for this.
Fair.
What are you gonna do?
Quick question. How long will these chips take? Just because I'm gonna try reheat this pasta.
My chips are gonna take a long time. We're gonna be here for hours.
I'm just gonna close up on this tuna. Sound effects. Can you hear that? Can you hear the people sing? Singing the song of Tuna Man. So as you can see, the lovely pasta that we've made with my tuna dish from earlier. I might add a bit more mayonnaise because I feel like the tuna's after going a bit mouldy. Yeah. There's tuna on the fork and we don't want to mess up that mayonnaise. Am I right? So,
Right.
thanks for the support, Owen. So Owen, how are you getting on over there?
I have taken the chips out and I put them on a plate. They look like chips. You know what I'm impressed about, Hannah?
What? Tell me.
Is that we're trying so hard to make what are incredibly boring dishes look so fun and complicated.
This actually, like, presentation is probably,
The worst. It's just brown.
it's brown, it's very starchy. So Sarah, this is your dish that we have made for you.
2 dishes. They're
Dishes.
brown.
They are brown.
Are you excited to try them?
Yes.
Presentation wise, which one do you think looks better?
I have to say I have to go with these simply because
1 point.
this looks quite sticky and, as Owen said, brown.
All of this, including seasonings, only used around, this was what, 4 or 5 ingredients? We got paprika, salt, tuna, mayo, pasta. Oh, did you add cheese?
I added some cheese.
So it's 7.
7.
And this was probably about the same, it's just potatoes,
Yeah.
with a bit of garlic, salt, pepper, paprika.
They smell nice.
They do smell nice. Mine not so much, but no one can make tuna smell nice. So Sarah, as they say, dish or dig in.
Let it try. Okay, let's try Hannah's. Out of 10.
Good.
How chewy is it?
What?
This is why we don't use yesterday's pasta.
If
Out of 10.
I mean, it tastes better than I thought it would. Because Hannah was adding in obscene amounts of pepper. But I'd give it like a 6.
6 out of
That's
10.
not bad, I'll take that.
It would have been better had it not been yesterday's pasta, but
we reuse food. There's no
Yeah.
point in wasting food.
okay.
Especially as a student. Gotta get your mileage. Here we go.
They're quite delightful. I'd give them like a solid 8.
A solid 8, yes!
They do look good. I've been defeated this round. Sarah, have you enjoyed your experience of cooking with cooking?
Yes, very much so.
Just
We're happy to
remember,
have you. We probably shouldn't talk about it.
what's really important to know is every dish, every basic boring dish, which is just chips, can be made delicious and lovely by simply buying some seasonings.
Paprika.
So, paprika, salt, pepper,
Is that
garlic.
the moral of the story?
That's the moral of the story. The moral of the story is I win because I've got presentation and taste.
For this week's episode, it's been Cooking with Cookie. Thanks for watching.
So that was Cooking with Cookie, and I, for one, I'm very hungry after watching that. So I think it's a great time now, Bobby, to bring our first Limelight show to a close.
How appetizing was Cooking with Cookie? Not as appetizing, I hope, as the first ever episode of Limelight this year. We hope you very much enjoyed the show. Can we do that again? Sorry, I hate myself.
Yeah. Just whenever he's ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gonna keep rolling? Yeah, okay. Yeah, just whenever he's ready if you want to start.
Right. So that was Cooking with Cookie, and I for one am very hungry after watching that, so I think this is a great time now, Bobby, to bring the first Limelight to a close.
Absolutely. That first episode of Cooking with Cookie was very appetizing. Not as appetizing as the first ever episode of The Limelight though, so we hope you all enjoyed the show and hope to see you soon in the next one. Hope you enjoyed your snacks, by the way, that's important.
Join us next time on Limelight. I'm Jason Flood.
I'm Bobby Hickey.
And see you next time.
Bye.